Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make, how I do my milk baths. A lot of people are always asking me, do I use real milk? What do I use? How do I do it? And today is your lucky day. I'm going to tell you how I do it. So, you can get any milk powder, but obviously not coffee creamer. I mean, you need like the proper milk powder. You can find it in the section where they keep all the boxed milk. You'll normally see it, and it's not too bad. This little bag was 50 rand, and then the bigger bags are about 110. So that's step number one. You must get your milk powder. Okay, when you're adding it to the bath, make sure the bath is, look, I obviously do a warm bath because no one wants to get in a cold bath, and then you put the milk powder in as you start running the bath, and you've just got to really work it in, because you're going to come up with, there's going to be a lot of like bubbles and bits that you have to rub in, because you don't want those floating around the bath when that happens. And then, so this will be the second time I'm attempting to do a guy in a milk bath. Using men and women are much easier. You can be much more creative because, you know, the femininity and the poses and all of that. With men, you've got to try to be a bit more masculine, or just make it a bit more interesting. So with regards to the flowers, these proteas, so this is what I try to use for, and with these things are amazing. I love them. But the only problem is, especially with the proteas, they sink. Those pin cushions did not work at all. I mean, it was an absolute cop-out when I tried to do it. So today we're going to be shopping for flowers and looking for different flowers, and then I'll be showing you guys ideally what you should be using and shouldn't be using, and I'll be giving you all my tips and tricks, what I have learned, what does and doesn't work. With regards to the bath, this can be a tricky one. Finding a good bath for a milk bath shoot is really important, especially if you want to put stuff on the edge of the bath. You're going to need a wide base, and then you can put flowers and little tea light candles and everything like that, and you can stand on the bath. Now that's why I love this bath. You can tell it's got a very wide base over here, so I can stand on here, I can put flowers on here, and I can put candles on here. The only thing is, for tall people, it's very, they have to like really crunch themselves up quite a bit. But for the shorter people, it's much easier. So I'm photographing Carl today, and he's about 6'2". So it's very cramped in there for him, but luckily I'm only photographing from about the chest up. So the rest of his legs are all going to be like bunched up at the edge of the bath, but it's fine because I won't see it. And then what I might be doing, we're going to attempt it. I'm first going to get the normal milk bath pictures with the white milk, and then I'm going to add some blue food colouring just to see what happens. I mean, it might not work, it might work, but we'll see. But as I said, very important, if you want, is a wide base so that you can stand on it, or have a little step ladder or something, because you obviously want to be right on top of them. Or you can stand in the bath, it's up to you. So we're at the flower shop, so the flowers you want to look for, these pastel colors are always really nice to work with. What you've got to be careful with is that they're amazing, but you do get some heavy ones and they sink really quickly when they're in the bath. If you want to go for, I've never used sunflowers, but also they're very heavy and they're going to have quite a big stem at the bottom, so you know you're going to be cutting the heads off the flower, so make sure that they don't dip to the side. You must just keep an eye out for that. The best flowers I find are the daisies. We're going to be trying these today and see how that works. And roses actually also work quite well, although they do dip to the side. When it comes to the proteas, any of these types of proteas, they just sink straight down because they're too heavy. So when you're shopping for your flowers, just make sure that you're getting the very light ones and that they will at least float. We were thinking about using these because they look really interesting, but the thing is they're really small and you're going to need a lot of them, and they've got long stalks, so maybe in the next shoot we'll try that. Okay, so this is Carl.
Hello.
Sorry, I keep putting my hair. So what we're going to do for the first shoot is just clear water in the bath. I'm going to show you the inspiration for this picture. So he's wearing a full suit but with no shoes. And then, yeah, just lying in the bath, we'll try with his hair up and then down, and hopefully it will come out. The bath might be too small for this picture with Carl, but yeah, we'll try and see how it goes. So starting off, the things that you're going to need is pruners or scissors to cut the flower heads, which you do, you can do right before the person gets in the bath or while they're lying in the bath. But don't place the flowers until the model is dead still in the bath, because as soon as they start moving, they're going to sink. Have a plastic packet to just chuck whatever you want in. A lot of towels on the floor, because especially if people are wearing clothes, when they get out, water just gets everywhere. We've got a basket here to put the clothes in as soon as they get out. And then my little step, because I'm very short, so I have to stand on a step. And then obviously the flowers I'm only going to cut closer to the time. And then I've got my milk powder ready to go. Carl is now ready to get in. We're going to do the clear water bath with his suit and see how that goes. Okay, so we're first going to try the shot without the jacket. So Carl's going to get in the bath now. How are you feeling about this?
This is going to be weird. And this is going to feel a little strange.
Is this the first time you're doing something like this?
First time, yeah. I'm excited though.
Awesome. So I've tried to make the bath quite deep, because I want his tie when he's ideally, when he's lying down, to swim in the water, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But his legs, you can see he's really very tall. So his legs are going to be bunched up all the way at the bottom when he lies down. The main goal is to make sure that the head is just above when he goes in. He will, when I'm ready for the photo, he's going to shift down so that his head comes over here to the top of the bath. So everything else is going to be, go further down.
Do you want me to go further down now?
No, it's fine. Okay, so I'll show you guys the end photo. With any luck, it'll come out properly. So I'm standing on the bath, photographing. So we've done hair up, hair down. So far, I think the hair up has worked a bit better. But we've got some cool shots. I've just got to do a lot of editing out with this, and then with the tap down at the bottom there. I did try to put a rose there with him, but it didn't really work. And as you can see, I'm standing on the bath, so balance is very important, and obviously if the bath is wet, you have to be careful. Okay, Carl, so how was that?
That was a lot of fun. That was very, very cool.
Did it feel weird with the suits?
A little bit weird, yeah, but it was comfortable. I was very comfortable. Yeah.
Okay, good. So since we've done the clear water, that means that I'm going to have to put the milk powder in the bath when it's already full. I've never done that before. I don't know how it's going to come out. I normally wouldn't recommend for people to do it because it's harder to mix it. But I'm going to add about, I'd say 3 cups of milk powder, or maybe less. And then you can just take it from there to see how milky you want your water. You don't want it too milky, because then you can't really see anything underneath, especially if you're using flowers. If they sink a little bit, you can still kind of see them. Put in maybe about that much for now. I never measure anything, so I never know how much I'm putting in. You just got to do this, break it up. You've got to get rid of all of these. And to get rid of them, it's easier when you start the bath from scratch, and the warmer the water is, the easier it is to do. So I'm going to be working on this bath, trying to get it. See, I think I might want to, the color of the water, it goes a bit green, not really white. Now, the settings that you have on your camera, you can play with your white balance. Keep in mind that sometimes the camera will make the water more yellow. And editing it, you don't really want the yellow, you want the white. So I would definitely play around with the white balance and take it from there. Now you can see if I put my hand just under, that's perfect, because if I go too deep you won't see anything, but if you're just there you can still see it. So you could even do a little bit less than this. The height of the water, once Carl gets in, I can adjust it from there, but rather have a bit too much than too little. And then now we're just gonna, Carl will be getting a bit of water up his nose for this shot, but it should be fun. And we've just checked in the water and they float really nicely. So you'll see here, if I put one there, how beautifully it's floating. But now, this is why the model needs to stay still, because otherwise these flowers are going to be constantly moving, and you do kind of need them placed for your shot. But Carl's gonna help me place them, although I need him to be dead still, so I might have to place them, and then I've got to stand up on the bath and quickly take the picture before they start sinking. So I've had to tie these flowers together because they were just spreading around everywhere and not staying by Carl's face. So now, when I put them in, they at least stay together, but they purple isn't looking as good as what we thought, but however, we've got these ones, and I think that's going to be really nice. So Kyle's actually going to go further down in the water, and then we're going to try capture it. So I'll have one of these on the one side, the smaller one on the other, and then I'll be mixing the purple in between that, and then we're going to see how it goes. But he can't really hear, when he's under the water, he can't really hear me that much. So I do have to shout a bit to tell him what to do.